All right, it's 4:30. Let's call the meeting to order.
Ann is muted, I think.
Who is?
Ann.
Yep. Just let the record show that the meeting is being videotaped and will be sent to the city's YouTube account. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the last meeting. Are there any changes or modifications?
I move to accept the minutes as written.
I second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Aye.
Okay, any old business? The only new business was we got a correspondence from Deb Pond, who's the Human Resource Director. And evidently one of our employees wasn't receiving his raises in accordance with the city city's wages. So I think it went back, what, 3 years, Sue?
I don't recall. I don't have it in front of me.
No, a year and a half.
Actually,
Year
I think
and a
it was a
I thought
couple
it
of
was
years.
more than that.
Yeah, it was back to March of 2019.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, so everything's been retro, and he'll be paid from this year's budget. And then we just have to submit a letter to the city council so then he'll get paid for the other 2 years since they're prior years. And that would just be paid out of our reserve. So Dan, your update?
We're ready to go tomorrow. I do want to circle back. I think a few meetings ago, I sent you guys an idea of raising greens fees. $1 for 9 holes and $2 for 18 holes. Right now, we still have those not posted, but I'd like to kind of get everybody's thoughts and a vote on that, on whether we're going to keep them the same or if we're going to bump them up a little bit. If we went up $1 on 9 holes and $2 on 18 holes at last year's numbers, we would increase greens fee revenues by about $16,000. So you guys can box that around. But yeah, I'd like to either get a yay or nay today. So if I need to change all the rates, not necessarily for tomorrow, but within a week or so,
Right.
to do that and get those online and updated and stuff like that.
Any concerns from anybody?
No, I think it's a good recommendation to raise them.
Yeah.
With, pretty, busy at the course and.
Plus,
We're
I don't think
recommending-
we've raised them in probably 5 years.
mm,
And I asked, I don't remember ever raising them while I've been on the commission.
Right. So,
Obviously that it'll help kind of take care of a couple expense increases as far as wages and gas and stuff like that.
right, yep. So if everybody's in favor of it, can someone make a motion to raise the greens fees by $1 for 9 holes and $2 for 18 holes?
I'll make a motion that we raise it $1 for 9 holes and $2 for 18.
We have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? All right.
Now, Jeff, did you said that those numbers need to be posted in the
Should
Gardner
post-
News?
Yeah, in the past, basically all the rates for the current year should get posted.
Okay, so it's something that we should post membership rates and greens fee rates.
Yeah, and
Um,
cart rates.
Okay, all right,
And- and-
I'll update that huge list and I'll zip it over to Sue.
Yeah, and even the
Uh,
rates for the charity tournaments, whatever those rates are,
Okay,
those two.
okay.
Okay.
Do I need to wait until those post to increase them internally?
Yeah, you should.
Okay,
You should get it posted before you increase them internally,
okay, that's fine, because.
just to be safe.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yep, so I'll leave them the way they are until it posts and then I'll
Yep.
bump them up a little bit. Okay,
Yep.
Perfect.
Well,
Thank you.
well, at this point, are you running any kind of specials?
No, so it's gonna look like, we're
Okay.
just gonna go up $1 or $2 to peak season and go,
Okay, that's fine.
Other than that, I don't have much for today.
Okay. Bill, your update?
Overall, we're good to go. I mentioned earlier real quickly, couple greens, 2 and 3, always the wet ones. We'll make a decision tomorrow morning. But pretty hopeful that we'll get both those open so that we will have all 18 greens. Fairways look good, tees look good. For the weird winter that we had, everything came out of the winter really healthy. So we're just basically doing our normal spring applications. You'll see the big spreader out there, fertilizing fairways, doing tees. The sprayer is going to be going crazy, but just early season stuff. And hopefully we don't get slammed with as much rain as they're saying this week, even though next week looks pretty much perfect. Low mid 60s all week. The grass will kick right in. It'll drink that up. And hopefully middle of April, we're going. So that's it.
Sounds good. Any questions for Bill or Dan?
Oh, I had a question for Bill.
Okay.
Okay. The bushes that are behind the first and 10th tee, they're kind of like overgrown, and I'm sure they're large because it, helps with the noise between the pro shop and the tee. But I just was wondering if they could be cut back and maybe the pro shop staff could see, be more visible with the, to see out the windows at the first and 10th tee. And
Yeah.
it's like haircut, if it's really bad, it's always going to grow back, but.
Yeah, we can take a look. I'll look at it with Danny, in the
Yeah.
next couple of days, and we'll see what their line of sight is out those windows. And, we can definitely cut some little, like pilot holes through there. Absolutely.
Yeah, it just seems like they're kind of getting overgrown, but
Sure.
anyway.
I got to talk to my landscaper, Dr. Faust.
Oh, okay.
I don't make those decisions.
It's all about the view, the view from the pro shop.
I hear you. Yeah, we'll take a look.
Thanks.
Got it.
Any other questions? Okay.
I had just a couple. Dan, how are we doing on membership so far? You said we're pushing 300 possibly?
Yeah, we're at about 290 already right now.
Okay. What have we been in the past few years getting to? Do you know?
No, not off the top of my head. I think it's going to be very strong this year.
Great.
Based on discussions I've had on the phone and with people walking in that are kicking the tires on this place already.
Yeah.
So
not a lot of new members.
yeah, new members, referrals, groups, foursomes coming over here or there, and so yeah.
And the restaurant, I know they've been up there already. How's that going with them, Bill?
It's going really well. He's doing a ton of work. He's doing some flooring, new light fixtures, painted the whole place. He's doing a lot, bathroom work, bathroom walls, bringing in a lot of his own equipment. He looks like he's making a really nice push at it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And we've sunk a lot of dough into that building. Obviously, with the last couple of years, we've
Windows, the roof.
yeah, we're at about this fiscal year. We've probably put in $35,000 into that building between the roof, the asbestos, and the windows. So hopefully that place gets dialed in and we don't have to worry about it for a bunch of years.
The asbestos did get taken care of, obviously. Then that's
Yep.
great.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Thank you.
Any other questions?
I had
go
a
ahead.
question for.
Go ahead,
Dan.
Ann.
Okay, last year we had some issues regarding pace of play and some unruly people that were out there. And I know that you went out and monitored the course when you had to. So are there going to be designated people from the pro shop that will be able to go out in your absence, or maybe they already do that? But
I talked to a lot of my staff early this year, and the option obviously is to either hire multiple rangers to work on the weekends, or I can add a little staff inside so that I can get out myself, or some of the guys that work with me. So we can kind of add an extra body here and there, that we know the whole thing. The the whole thing about rangers, they'd be nice, but like, you can't just hire one ranger for the entire summer. We'd probably have to find 3 or 4 different people. So I think it would be a little more cost effective and productive for, to bring an extra body inside the shop every now and then. And so that I could take half hour, 45 minutes and get out there and move things, or I could send one of my guys to do it.
Mhm.
So we are a little more visible on the golf course than we have been, because especially the weekends, I think we're gonna be really busy this year.
Right,
Mm.
right. Okay, thanks.
Did you have a question, Dave?
I had a question for Dan.
Okay.
I'll put it in the category I'm hearing a lot of questions or rumors around what we're doing with blocking tee times for dedicated groups this year, especially leagues in the afternoon. Are we
Yeah,
doing any of that?
We are, the Acadian Club's coming over from Westminster. We are going to block tee times for them. It's going to be an alternating side for the number of groups that they need. And there's another small group on Wednesday, which will have about 5 tee times, which
So
will
the-
alternate sides. We've talked about doing, we're going to do little things within the week as well. Different groups that different people are a part of that are recurring, a lot of members. The ladies on Tuesday are a group. There is a group of gentlemen on Wednesdays, including the doctors as well. Thursday, we have the PACC League that plays Thursday mornings, as well as Vern has a couple groups, and that's about it. Other than that, everything else will be wide open. I did kind of approach that subject with the Tuesday night league, but they can't all get on the same page. So I believe they're going to still call for tee times as well.
But the Acadian Club one is not for, it's alternating sides. It's not both sides.
Correct.
See, the
Yeah,
rumors,
they're-
one of the reasons I asked is the Acadian Club rumor out there is they're blocking both sides every Thursday.
Unless I'm totally mistaken, I'll double check that with them. I was pretty sure it was all one side, because I believe that's
is.
what they used to do at Westminster.
That's what they requested.
The
They
one side,
requested
right?
just one side.
Yeah.
I just think it would be a real problem to block both sides for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. Any other commission comments or reports? Alex, anything? Ann? Dave?
No,
All right.
I just have a question on the restaurant, Jeff. What about the liquor license? Is that like?
He's already started the process.
Okay, and do you know if he's gonna have like a beverage cart and a grill or any? of
Oh,
his-
yeah, he's having all that. He's
Oh,
gonna,
yeah, okay.
oh, yeah, he'll basically be doing the exact same thing he did before when he was
Oh,
there.
okay. Wonderful, great.
when's he gonna open? Do we know?
I mean, probably, I would probably say sometime in May, maybe.
Yeah, that would.
I
that
think
would
he has
make
to wait.
sense.
It all depends on how far he is with the liquor license. I know he
Right.
started the process back in, I think, middle of March, maybe. Or maybe the beginning of March. He probably started that process. So, and it takes a while to go through, because it's gonna go to Boston, it's gonna come back here. It's gonna go in front of the liquor commission. They only meet once a month, so. But I would probably say, probably first week of May. That's just my guess. But
Okay, no
But
problem.
if I see Todd, I'll ask him, what his projected date is.
I know he's shut down at his other place through April as well. He's going away, so no, it definitely won't be in April.
Oh, okay.
So I knew he was working on doing some spring cleanup, and then he is going away. So May would be the earliest. Yeah. Which makes sense.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, let's go to the financials. So if you look at the receipts through the end of March, we're at a total receipts of 564,335. So that's probably close to about 68% of our budget. So I think, like Dan says, I think we're expecting a good year. I mean, I've talked to the city auditors. He's saying we're gonna have a good year. So I think everything's gonna be pretty good. From an expense standpoint, right now, our total expenses are total golf course expenses are at $492,206 plus the 195, which is the indirect costs. So our expenses are at 687,206. So I think, Dan, we may have to transfer some more money from the reserves to cover some of the excess expenses. So I know John had mentioned that. So are there any questions on the financials?
None here.
Need a motion to accept them?
So move.
Second,
All in favor, say aye.
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 Anybody opposed?
Aye.
All right. Why don't we do our next meeting? I think I set a tentative date for the end of April. So I want to do April 25th. Just in case anything comes about.
I'm coming back into town that day. Hopefully I will be back in time to attend the meeting.
Okay. Because I was probably gonna say that maybe the next meeting we can meet back in the conference room.
I'm hoping to be back in town early afternoon on the 25th, so
Okay,
should work.
all right. Is that okay with everybody else?
Yeah, fine with me.
All right, need a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
And
All in favor, say aye.
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 All right, thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.